it takes a lot, to follow your dreams or whatever. So I'm going to read this poem. It's called Art Critics. It goes out to art critics. You critics make art weak with your analysis, as though my creations lay in wait to be filled by your analysis and whatever subtext you squeeze from between the lines. Silence. I've already ripped a hole in space and time and all the lower dimensions and spread the tear upon a canvas, bordering it with scar tissue. This piece is an open window to heaven. My words have already unraveled the web of an ever-present and past mind, dipping intention like a quill into a black hole, using the heaviest matter as ink, so that line after line would unobtrusively bend light and mind and time and space. After this poem, you'll have sped into the future, changed your idea of your environment, and your thoughts will be quieter like after a forest fire, the searing weight of ideas burning loose foliage and ego. Critics, too quick, like our ideas on the mentally disabled. They remark so easily on artists and mental illnesses, as though art were not already a departure, as though a mind could be in heaven and on earth at the same time. We don't feel bad for angels whose wings make him soar, but I suppose we similarly notice how he never made it to work on time, how he so rarely cleaned his apartment, how he so often neglected his wife and his children, only appearing when their half-angel side needed nurturing, and they would nurture that in affection and become angels better suited for the world, with one foot more firmly in it. I'm sorry that you think I'm staring off into heaven. You think I've lost the mind of an earthling and the ears to hear. I'm wading deeper into your words than you can imagine. My abstraction is diving deeper into these walls and this world than realism can communicate. Critics, Pharisees, there are no laws here, not till you can see a man that has seen heaven, not the artist. We are not angels, but yourself. I know a young black male that became convinced that the blood and flesh he carried were a cord keeping him from soaring to heaven. I don't know the full story, whether when he cut the cord, if he did it with pills, a gun or knife, or bad decisions or razor blades, but maybe he would have been all right if we hadn't shackled his wings, if we'd let him soar through the clouds, but how could we? Those of us who've never been able to fly, when did we become so jealous of God's gifts? We are only sometimes allowing of 3-year-old girls singing and dancing, but how many of us abide the ghetto life of a 14-year-old black teenager who believes that black rebellion is his native language of expression? We shame him repeatedly, even though we are the ones funding the libraries of gangster rap that became the early milk of his imagination. All we have is critique. We have no common tongue, no common earthly blood any longer. Unless you can look through heaven, unless you can get to heaven, you'll never be able to hear your neighbor's true words. He's saying, I love you, I need you, let's build. That's that poem.